Throughout the week, we have been reporting on the meetings held by Governor Larry Roden's Project Prison Reset Task Force. And tonight we're hearing from some of the members about their tour of the South Dakota State Penitentiary in Sioux Falls.
Wednesday's tour came just as the task force explores more options about building a new men's prison after funding for a Lincoln County facility failed to find support in the legislature. As KELOLAND's Perry Groten reports, descriptions of what they saw behind prison walls ranged from difficult to a dungeon.
Sheriff Mike Milstead has been inside the South Dakota Penitentiary multiple times during his decades in law enforcement. But Wednesday's 4-hour tour of the pen was still eye-opening to him.
In particular, the living conditions and the working conditions in the old hill, or those, the old cells that you see when you're on North Drive. Almost reminded me like a above-ground dungeon.
State Representative Greg Jamieson says checking out the conditions of the penitentiary almost became secondary to being in the presence of the inmates.
I saw sadness. I saw, humans depleted. I saw angry people. The building was one thing, and I'd seen parts of it before, but it was honestly the human side of it that was the most striking of all.
State Representative Erin Healy was one of just a handful of women on the tour, giving her a different perspective of life behind bars inside a men's prison.
And seeing their bathrooms and the places where they shower is just very, I don't want to say uncomfortable, but just different.
Both Healy and Jamieson say the highlight of the tour was seeing the job training underway at the prison's Pheasant Land Industries.
And we saw some inmates working there. You can tell that they're so proud of the work that they do, and they're happy to be there. They're learning everyday skills that are going to be incredibly useful for them when they enter back into society.
The task force members say seeing firsthand the stark conditions inside the penitentiary further underscores the need for a new men's prison.
I don't really care where this new penitentiary is. Let's find the best space that will gather the most support.
Pretty hard to probably go through a building like that and think, okay, we could do better. We could have a safer place.
But seeing the living environment and the working environment there was somewhat embarrassing as a South Dakotan that we haven't done more earlier. So I think this is the chance we have to change that.
In Sioux Falls, Perry Groten, KELOLAND News.
Milstead says he's also given members of the task force tours of the Minnehaha County Jail that opened in 2003 and expanded in 2019. He says the goal is to give task force members an idea of what a state-of-the-art housing facility should look like.